These are the 5 types of men that you will not ever be able to build a relationship, a courtship, a dating life with. Hi, my name is Chengi. I am your dating and relationship expert here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, where we teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, and high worth woman that high quality men find completely irresistible. Can I get an amen? Amen! I am so good to see you again on today's video. So let's talk about these 5 men that we absolutely cannot build with. Man number 1, you cannot build anything, go anywhere, create anything with a man that does not communicate. A man that's addicted to your absence. A man that enjoys not talking to you. A man that you have to tug on him to communicate. There's nothing to build, because in order for us to put plans together, we have to talk. In order for us to even discuss anything in this life, to move together in this life, there has to be communication. So if you are not responding to my texts and you're going for days and disappearing, nothing can be built. All that can happen is we might be able to have sex at some point. But if we are really serious about dating for marriage, for long-term partnerships, we have to understand that certain bricks have to be on the table. We have to first establish that you like to communicate. Now, being a communicator, one of the girls in the House of Swans asked me, what if it's a guy that just doesn't talk much? Masculine men don't have very many words. They'd rather do and show. If a man is not much of a talker, he will still make an effort to see you, to be in your presence, and he will make an effort to communicate with you the best that he can. But if this is a guy that you don't know when you will hear from him, you've been dating him for 3, 4, 5 months, and you don't know when you will hear from him, and when you do hear from him, it's nothing worth thing, you are actually investing your time, effort, and energies into the wrong man. Nothing can be built if a man won't talk to you, if he won't communicate, if he will not open dialogue with you. Nothing can be built. There can be no dating relationship. This is a setup for a situationship. And any woman that is serious about dating for relationships and something long-term will not entertain this gentleman. Exclusive courses I am creating only for the women in the House of Swans. So far, we've been talking about the power dynamics between men and women, sharing things that I will never share on public platforms, giving you insight so you understand how power flows between the masculine and the feminine. I'm also sharing about how to be completely and totally unforgettable in the bedroom, how to get a man to be completely and absolutely generous with you. And all you have to do to be a part of this elite society is to click the link in bio. And if you're watching this on Instagram, comment the word SWANS, and a link will be sent to you. Love you lots. The next thing that man that we cannot build a relationship with is a man that plays games. A man that is hot and cold, on and off. You don't know what, you're confused in everything that's going on. He's just on a game thing. Okay, that's his thing. He just wants to play games. That's how he rolls. That's how he moves. That's what's valuable to him. Darling, you cannot build a relationship with this man. There is no way, because you are literally trying to have a relationship with a boy. Men who play games are emotionally infantile. They haven't grown up. They're stunted in their adolescence. They think life is the whole game until they find themselves old and unwanted by any woman of any quality and any value. It's a shame, but men are wired for games. They love it. It entertains them. But the mature men, the grown men, the masculine men, the men that we Black Swans are interested in, these men know how to differentiate between the games and time to get serious with a grown woman. And so if a man is playing games, there is nothing that will come out of that. You cannot build anything with this guy because he's still playing games. Number 3, we cannot build a relationship with a liar. Can I get an amen? If a man lies about small things, if his promises come to naught, we're going to do this, we're going to go there, and he's just Mr. Big Talker and nothing to show for it. This man cannot tell the truth to save his life. If you caught him butt naked in bed with another woman, he would say, it wasn't me. We all remember that song, don't we? There is nothing to be built with a liar, because it's like building with somebody. It's building on shifting sand. There's nothing that you can build, because at the end of the day, You don't know whether it will come to pass or not. This is not a masculine man that any woman needs to be wasting her time with. This is somebody that needs to be thrown back into the river or cast out at sea. You can just walk the plank. Okay, next. We cannot build, ladies. This is a big one, and I want you to really focus and listen to me when I say this. You cannot build a dating or relationship life with a man that is not choosing you. If this man is not choosing you, if he is not pursuing you, if he is not trying to get your time and your attention non-sexually and sexually, there is nothing there. I was talking to a client of mine, and she, was talking about a certain gentleman that she's interested in. She had these gentlemen that were pursuing her, but they were great, they were fine, but she couldn't get her mind off this one gentleman who was not pursuing her. My answer to her was very simple. I'm sure he's a wonderful guy. I'm sure he's great. But he's not pursuing. We can only choose from the men that are pursuing. Because the men that are pursuing us for long-term relationships, these are our actual options. If we don't like our options, then we need to level up. Then we need to come into the house of swans and begin our black swan journey so that we can get a different caliber of man. But if we are out here pining for Johnny, no matter how much we think we would be great for him, no matter how compatible we think we are with him, unless Johnny is pursuing you, there is nothing to talk about. He's not an option. And so many of us are getting caught up believing that we can build something with a man that's not pursuing. There's nothing there. It's time to hang that coat and really sit down with yourself, Black Swan, and say to yourself, who is actually pursuing? Who's the last man that pursued me, that actually wanted to take me out and treat me good? Because that is my option. If I don't like it, I need to change me. But pining over the guy that does not want you, that's a waste of your time. You deserve better. Last but not least, we cannot build with inconsistency. Your company, your business, your place of work would not function if people came in whenever they wanted. There is nothing that exists on this planet that is worth having, that will be sustained through time and eternity, that does not have an element of consistency. Does that mean that it is possible to be consistent non-stop, no matter what? Of course not. Consistency comes at a compromise and at a sacrifice. It is hard to keep being consistent, and above all, we get sick sometimes, so we can't go to work and we can't commit to the stuff that we are doing consistently. But for the most part, for 80% of our lives, we know that we're going to have to be consistent figures in our children's lives if they're going to be healthy, consistent employees to our job if we're going to keep that job, consistent to building a house and showing up every day, consistent to our fitness goals if we're ever going to have a fit body. We understand this on a fundamental level, yet for some reason we're prepared to entertain a man who is very inconsistent, who breaks patterns easily, a man that we cannot. Let me just say something to you, my darling. I know it triggers our attachment styles, and I know it triggers a level of, there's something about the unpredictability of life that brings excitement. We want excitement. We all need excitement, but we cannot build with excitement. I was excited to come back onto YouTube. It's been a while. I was excited, but I realized that it would not be able to sustain me through the course of content creation. I needed to be disciplined, focused, willing, and committed. And what that meant is being consistent. So we have to look and realize that nothing is built if we're not consistent. And a relationship with a man that is inconsistent, untrustworthy, is definitely one of the things we cannot build. I hope that this video helped, and I hope that you will indeed make the best use of the resources here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. In the meantime, do take care of you. Love you lots. You've been listening to this broadcast. You feel that you identify with anything that I have said. I want you to know that we're not leaving you on your own. Actually, I have created a complimentary initial call with my coaches. You will be able from today onwards to call one of the coaches and have a conversation about the particular issue that is bothering you. This call is completely free. No obligation. It is our ministry and our service to you to make sure that we get to touch base with you, understand what's going on with you, and actually give you a moment to speak with a professional, maybe even for the first time in your life. But I don't know how long I'll be able to offer this to you, my darling swan. But whilst it is here and you're watching this video, please find the link below, or if you're on Instagram, comment help. Take care of you.